from Studio A at 1 Biloxi Square in Fort Worth, Texas. Welcome in, everyone, to the Grandpa and Pappy Show as we start off another week together and say how you doing and hope your weekend was a good one. Watched my first football game, NFL-wise, yesterday. Wished I hadn't.
I think you jinxed them.
Must have. I don't know, but I sure enjoyed watching the Texas and Texas Tech game.
I bet you did.
Wound up being like a basketball score, 63-56. And if you like offense, you saw a bunch of it.
It was a day of special teams.
It really was that. It really was that. We got a two-part show today. We've had a little fun.
Yeah.
Pappy sent me a text or a private message last week and said, my God, I'm in Facebook jail again.
30 days in the hole this time.
Well, I posted that on our Facebook page, and you guys had some great comments as far as it being in Facebook jail. And also, we're going to be talking about the new Supreme Court nominee who our illustrious president has nominated. And we'll talk about that, and you guys had some comments on that, which we will relate to everyone here in just a minute. But let's start it off. Let's find out why Pappy went to Facebook jail. Why do you explain that to me?
I was a bad boy.
You were a bad boy, yeah.
Well, what happened, I got involved in a thread that was talking about who was the cat that the cop shot that had a knife.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Old news, but
I don't say his name because I don't remember it.
Forgive me for forgetting.
Excuse me. Sorry.
So anyway, something was said, and I just made a comment. I'm not a cop, but you come at me in a violent manner with any form of a weapon, I'm going to shoot you right between your ears. And that's what was said.
Yeah.
So
Facebook's community standards, if I'm understanding right,
busted me for hate crime.
For a hate crime. Now, let me tell you something, Facebook. Any good American that feels that their life is threatened, the Constitution gives you an absolute right to defend yourself, your family, and your property. And, like Pappy said,
it's your God-given right as well,
You come at me with a knife with intent to hurt, I'm taking the first action.
To be honest with you, you don't even need a weapon in your hand. You come at me in a violent manner, and if I've got access to my pew-pew, I'm going to nail you. I'm too old to get my butt kicked.
Almost as bad as a beer and boiled egg fart, man.
Not quite that bad. I can testify to that. Bought me a jug of them pickled eggs, by God.
You did you?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, there's a lot of folks going into a Facebook jail simply because conservative people and people leaning to the right, Pappy, they're getting censored.
You're right.
Now, I've read some of the posts from those left-leaning guys, and they're pretty bad sometimes.
They don't ever go to Facebook jail.
They don't go to Facebook jail that I know of. Yeah. Good Lord of mercy.
Well, it's pathetic, and I've currently been researching different platforms for me to make an addition to the show, if you will, that we can come out over to, and once I get all of my personal friends and the show up and running on them, I'm gonna tell Facebook to kiss my butt.
I got you.
Let me.
Well, we did get some rather pointed suggestions for you, Pappy.
Yeah, I've been reading these
from our viewers. Frank Edgar, for instance. He said, unfortunately, leftist sissies are learning how easily they can shut down their opposition, which we were just talking about. On the upside, though, it often doesn't take friends much time to find and report offensive posts on their pages either.
And in fact.
But if you report them, will they put them in Facebook jail? That's the question, Pat.
I might try that. Just tell them this post offends me. See what they do about that. I don't know. On the other hand, Rory Belinda Tatum says, "Yeehaw! Facebook strikes again."
You can kind of hear her saying that too.
Yeah,
I tell you.
can.
Brandon Barr said this is happening all over Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook moderators are a bunch of liberal pansies.
I'm
They're
inclined to
having
agree
fun
with
with
that,
this
Brandon.
too.
Well
They're
said.
having fun at your disposal there.
Yeah.
So.
In the meantime, I'm incarcerated. I can't come out and have fun
I was
too.
going to ask you where your orange jumpsuit was.
It's in the cleaners. Lisa Moore said Facebook makes it impossible to answer the left when they either hide our post or ban us for a time.
That is the truth.
That is a true statement. It absolutely is. Whatever happened to freedom of speech? That's out the window with Facebook.
Kinda.
So the left can spill their bitterness all over Facebook, and the conservative side can't. That is so silly to me, and it shows just how childish Facebook can be.
And that's a true statement.
That's so Mark Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Kelly Stewart asked if we needed to put some money on his books for commissary.
Yeah. Send cigarettes too. Bobby Hearn said we just can't keep him out of jail. Dang, when is he going to learn? Probably about the time you learn, Bobby. I'm surprised you're not sitting in there with me.
Yeah, boy, that would be something to watch, wouldn't it?
Ain't it so?
Brian Emberton says all he has to do is disagree with their decision and they'll let him back on. It's happened to me twice. Friggin' mental issues 101. They tried to ban me last week for calling a guy a faggot. I disagreed with their decision and they let me stay on. I've got nothing against homosexuality, but this dude pissed me off and I let him have it.
Well, Brian will do it too. He'll light your butt up.
He'll turn on your light.
And this was, I mean, it's not like it happens every day.
Yeah.
Well, it does, but I don't get caught. This was the fifth offense since I believe it was November of 2007.
Yeah. For
Fifth
you.
offense. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, 5 offenses in since
What,
07.
13 years? Yeah.
I mean, hell.
Come
I
on.
know criminals that are walking the streets for less.
Ain't it so?
Darla Walker said, I just got 24 hours and that's a first. It usually is 30 days. And Kelly Couch Gleason said, in 30 days? My gosh. That's not too far from what I said when they sent me the notice.
Oh, I could only imagine what you said. I can only imagine.
And Brian, I did contest it on 3 different levels. You know, standing up behind the constitutional rights. 2 of them, freedom of speech and Second Amendment. So.
Yeah.
But I've yet to hear back from them. So.
And you're still in jail.
For 27 more days.
For 27 more days.
Or 26, whatever it is.
Jumpin' Jiminy.
Bunch of jackasses.
Yeah, Rudy Torres said, keep being Pappy, Pappy. Screw Facebook, to which Mary Adams Childers said, darn.
By God. I intend to do just that, Mr. Torres. Thank you for your comment.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Heard from Crawdaddy. Crawford Young said he's going to be in regular jail if he doesn't change his ways.
and a smiley face on the end of it. You know,
I'll save you a seat close to the window.
We've had some funny comments, but at the same time, they're kind of digging at Facebook for a good reason, in my opinion.
And I agree with them too.
Bobby Tidwell said, "Yay to 30 days in the hole." Matt Bannister said, "Facebook is communist," and Stephanie Connie said, "Facebook is pathetic."
Ditto, ditto, ditto. I agree. And finally, James Carey asked, "So, what is Facebook's standards? Why do they punish some and not all? If you're going to hold people accountable for what they say, you should hold everyone accountable, not just certain segment. They're absolutely pathetic."
That's the darn truth right there. I'm telling you.
I agree with you, brother.
Well, we've had a little fun with it, and we thank you guys.
Yeah, while I'm locked up. See how y'all are.
Yeah, well, most of them agreed with you, Pappy. So
That's right.
and that's a very good thing.
I think they ought to start a GoFundMe page.
Well, there you go.
Be like the other side. I'll just buy my way out of it, you know.
Second part of our show is being dedicated to the fact that President Trump has nominated a replacement for Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who passed away early last week.
Yeah.
His nominee is Amy Coney Barrett.
Yeah.
Now, let me give you a little background for those of you who hadn't been watching the news. Barrett and her husband, Jesse, a fellow Notre Dame law graduate, have been married since 1999 and have 7 children together. According to South Bend Tribune, 2 of Barrett's children were adopted from Haiti, and her youngest child was diagnosed with Down syndrome. Barrett and her family currently live in South Bend, Indiana. Now, 5 things you may not know about Miss Barrett is that she is widely known as a devout Catholic and is a member of a conservative Christian group called People of Praise. During her confirmation hearing, which she was had to go through it for the nomination to the appellate court that she served, Senator Dianne Feinstein questioned if she could separate her religious values and her duties as a judge.
I thought that's part of what being a judge was all about. Back in the good old days.
Feinstein said at the time, "Why is it that so many of us on this side have this very uncomfortable feeling that dogma and law are 2 different things? And I think in your case, Professor, when you read your speeches, the conclusion one draws is that the dogma lives loudly within you."
Yeah.
But despite the criticism from Feinstein, Barrett insisted that she would be able to keep her personal values and religious values separate. She also has a stance on abortion. She does not believe in abortion, and that's due to her strong religious beliefs.
Yeah.
And she also has a special needs child that she knew was going to be a special needs child while she was pregnant. And instead of terminating the pregnancy, she went through with it and is raising that child today. I think that's speaks volumes right there.
Yeah, it does.
Her law degree includes, after graduating from Rhodes College, a liberal arts school in Tennessee, she went on to attend law school at the University of Notre Dame. According to Scotsblog.com, she attended the school on a full tuition scholarship and graduated summa cum laude in 1997.
Wow.
And while a student at Notre Dame's law school, Barrett received awards for having the best exam scores in 10 of her courses, while also serving as an executive editor of the school's law review. And she was nominated by Trump once before. As I mentioned just a few minutes ago, Barrett was nominated by the president to serve as a U.S. Circuit Judge of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 7th Circuit. Her nomination in 2017 filled a vacancy left by Judge John Daniel Tender. I also saw this morning that the Senate president expects the confirmation hearings to get underway early, I believe the first week of October.
Yeah, they had
October 12th.
October 12th. Thank you very much.
A live feed on Fox this morning.
Yeah.
Where Trump and the young lady was walking out. She looked disoriented to me. what the hell am I doing, you know?
Yeah, we're here in the White House, yeah. But as usual, pardon me, you guys came up with some very insightful things.
Sure did.
Considering this was just announced on Friday, and she made her acceptance speech accepting the nomination by the president.
Yeah.
So let's just dive right into it.
Let's do.
Billy J. Thomas, Lisa Ann Harbor, and Jerry Williamson all love the nomination of Amy Coney Barrett.
Yeah. Melissa Moore said it's a great nominee that the president has chosen. She has a history of being a straightforward judge, being fair, and making rulings based on constitutional law. On top of that, she is a woman of high integrity and faith.
Kelly Couch Gleason, Kelly Couch Gleason said she is just doing her job of upholding the Constitution with a mindset of facts and the realization that her religion is not everyone's. Just keep it real. Peace out.
Yeah.
And that's all you can do, really. I mean,
that's the best you can hope for.
But let me ask you. I mean, one of our comments, and we'll get to it here in just a second. The reason I'm bringing it up is kind of based on what Kelly was saying.
Yeah.
And that is, do you want someone of faith that has morals and values, or do you want an atheist in there, that don't give a darn one way or the other? I mean, stop and think about it.
That's a scary thought. It really is.
Yeah.
Very scary thought.
Sends a chill down me. I don't know about you.
Yep. That's what the world's coming to.
Seems like it.
Bianca Dominique said no to the nominee.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you have your reasons, Bianca.
Yeah.
So, good or bad, we read all comments.
Yep.
Raymond Green said the nomination is barely one day old, and the Democrats are already attacking the fact that she is a religious woman. They say her religious beliefs will interfere with her ability to be a fair and impartial judge on the Supreme Court. That's the one I was talking about. I guess they want a hell-raising atheist in there that they can manipulate.
Oh, boy.
They make me sick.
Yeah. That's enough to turn your stomach if you really look into it,
That's true.
And Haley McClure said, great. I really love the fact that she knows personally about adoption and knows the struggle of having a special needs child.
Yeah, which we were talking about just a few minutes ago.
Absolutely.
Now stop and think about that for just a minute. I mean, this lady adopted 2 children from Haiti and found out early in her pregnancy that her child was going to be special needs. Now, at that time, I'm sure the doctor told her, you have an option. You can carry this pregnancy until it's done and give birth to this child, or we can terminate it now. And she decided that it was her responsibility to bring this child into the world and care for it.
What type of special needs does this child have, do you know?
It really didn't get into it. The article didn't, except for the fact that it's a special needs child. I'm sure it's handicapped or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to make any assumptions because I just don't know.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It doesn't make the baby any less human.
That's true. That's true. That is true. Michelle Purviance Brown, Shane Ravon, and Jerry Blum all said it was awesome sauce.
Awesome sauce.
Christine Wiley simply said, great choice.
Yep. And Darla Walker said, I'm thinking she's either there for a reason or she's very knowledgeable in constitutional law and not feelings. Were there or your reasons, Darla?
Yeah. I mean, she kind of outlined him right there.
Yeah.
I understand
Well
that.
said.
Our buddy Bob Baker said it's a good choice. She's already faced the Senate when she was confirmed for appellate court. She knows what she's up against.
Her plate's going to be full, I guarantee you.
And it's going to be interesting to see if the Senate committee, especially the Democrats, put her through what they put the former judge, the last judge, through. Just ruined his life, basically. Well, but he persevered.
Well, they've got their powder dry waiting on her. So, Marsha King said it would be interesting watching confirmation hearings. The Democrats are going to attack her from every angle, probably use untrue evidence, and generally try to bully her. It'll also be interesting to see if women stand by and watch her being put under the gun every day without saying anything or being appalled. I have a feeling there'll be a big uprising over that.
Yeah. The lady that Judge Kavanaugh accused Judge Kavanaugh of rape, and then later came back and said she fabricated it.
No.
But the press made such a big thing about that, about him raping someone, and all the women around the country
They pretty
went
much ruined
crazy.
his life.
Yeah.
Bless his heart.
And his family, but it has since been proven untrue, because the lady that did it, who is a professor out in California, admitted that she fabricated the whole thing. Good Lord of mercy.
That's nuts. I wonder if they're going to file charges on her.
You know, they could, but they won't. Or it already been done. It would have already been done.
Yeah.
Big Al Baker, our buddy out in East Texas, says it doesn't matter if Trump nominated Jesus Christ. The Democrats would be all over him trying to discredit the nominee. Remember the last nominee, Judge Kavanaugh? He was accused of rape and other charges that were proven to be false, and they attacked his family. Judge Barrett can expect the same, so I hope she's ready, and I hope Republicans will have the balls to stand up for her.
I wonder who they're going to accuse her of raping. Old Sleepy Joe.
I'm not going there, boy.
Oh, my goodness.
Quid pro quo.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Quid pro quo.
And finally, Jason West said on Instagram that he hopes she kicks their ass and makes a mockery of the Democrats who will try to discredit her life, her time on the bench, and her family. I hope this gal has thick skin.
And Jason, I think you just said it the way everybody out there is feeling.
And I guarantee you, she got skin like a rhino with her credentials and her career path. You can't get there being weak.
I agree with you, Pappy, on that one. I sure do. Good Lord. But as Special K told us, the hearings will start on October the 12th.
Yeah.
And who is it? Mitch McConnell, the Senate president, Karen? Is that it?
For the judicial hearings?
No, for the Senate.
Yeah, Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell. He said he hoped to have that wrapped up in like 10 days.
Yeah.
Well, we'll
and
see.
It's my understanding they have the votes right now as we speak, so they could not
just a
have the
matter-
hearings at all.
Yeah, it's just a matter of
And-
going through the process.
It's going through the process.
Yeah, the legal. Yeah.
Of course, the Democrats aren't going to stand for that.
What's
but
a cat's name out in a senator out in Florida? Brent Barr? No, I'm thinking somebody.
I don't know who you speak of, but
He will light some butt up. Fast talking and to the point.
Who's the blonde-headed guy that we like?
Trey Gowdy.
Trey Gowdy. Yeah, boy, he will light up a
But
fire
he's not
too.
on the Senate anymore.
Oh, he's not.
No. Hadn't been for a while.
What's he doing
Oh,
now?
why is he?
He's doing
Popsicle salesman?
he's doing a news contributor.
Oh, is that
Something
what
like that.
Commentary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at some of the viewer comments we
Alrighty.
got in. Incidentally, I got a quick note, Pappy, from our friend Jennifer Hoopengarner Thomas
Yeah.
that just simply said on YouTube, I love you guys, and thank you very much for the birthday wishes.
Well, we love you too. Glad you had a good birthday, kiddo.
Yeah, absolutely. Marjorie Ellis wrote in about our show on the Netflix show Cuties. She said, I watched your show and heard all the comments, so I decided to watch it myself to see. I was so appalled at how they portrayed these 11-year-old girls. I immediately canceled Netflix after watching, and I am glad that I did.
That's a good way to deal with it, Marjorie.
Man. That stirred up a lot of comments.
It sure
didn't
did. Yeah, I'm glad we ran that show, personally. Stephanie Williams also commented on that show. We have Netflix, but I will not watch it. I came from the dance world, can tell you the dance school instructor parents encouraging this behavior. They are encouraging?
Yeah.
Discouraging.
Encouraging this behavior.
Oh, okay. And those directed and filming it should be held accountable for putting these children in harm's way. Our society is definitely flipped upside down right now, and we are witnessing evil in action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We certainly are. Lewis Thompson said our show on changing history brought up some interesting conversation with the wife and me. He wrote down what he would change and then showed it to the other one.
Yeah.
I was surprised at the different answers we both gave. We're going to play that game with our friends at our next gathering and see what they say.
Yeah.
Great show, fellas.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Lewis. I never thought about that. That'd be interesting.
It's a good way to look at it.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, it would. And last but not least, Bobby Sawyer said, I just watched your show on Face Mask with my bud, and we both laughed our ass off because we're in the same boat every day. I just can't get used to the fact that we're required to wear those damn things, and I never will. I hope this nightmare is over soon.
You are not the only one, Bobby, on that one. Trust me.
I tell you, Bobby, I'm beginning to want. We'll wind up like China.
Well, the Facebook portion of the program today was suggested by a viewer.
Yeah.
And if you would like to...
We love that, too, by God.
If you'd like to make a suggestion or give us a comment on any of the questions that are asked on our Facebook page, it's very simple to do. There's a couple of ways to do it.
Yep.
Go to our Gmail account, which is right over my shoulder right here. Read very slowly, Grandpa and Pappy at gmail.com.
Absolutely.
Or
you can hit us up directly on our website page at www.grandpaandtheletterpappy.com. That's grandpaandpappy.com.
That's exactly correct. And then you have that little red bar that'll pop up. All you have to do to subscribe to Grandpa and Pappy, which we would appreciate very much.
Oh, yeah.
Just click on that little red bar.
It's like a numbers thing. I mean, you're there, so why not? All you got to
right.
do is just make up a password you can remember and
That's correct.
hit go.
That's right. Only you know that password.
Yeah.
And that will take you right into the Grandpa and Pappy YouTube site. And you are now a member.
Not to mention, you can leave comments, remarks, complaints. You can even talk pretty about us if you want to.
Yeah, there's 3 ways down at the bottom of our webpage that Pappy gave you the address to. You have Instagram, you have Twitter, and you have LinkedIn, and let's see, what is the other one? Help me out, Special K.
Facebook?
There's 4. Facebook, thank you.
Yeah,
There's 4 of them right there. Yeah.
And there again, you can watch any one of our, what is this, show 82 or 83?
Show number 82.
Wow. You can watch past, present, anywhere in between.
Yeah.
We encourage you to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially show 2 about flatulence. That was a highly regarded show.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Watch people like Thomas Gabriel and watch 2 old farts like us cutting up on the air.
What else could be better?
That's right.
Yeah. Coming up on Wednesday, another interesting topic that was brought up by one of our viewers.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, everyone, on the Senate findings on Hunter Biden. And Pappy, they're releasing a little bit more every single day, and it is not a pretty thing.
Yeah, he's a busy boy.
I have a question for Pappy.
Okay,
Oh, boy.
shoot it.
Are you going to watch the debate tomorrow night?
I am.
You and the Divine together?
Yeah. I probably won't be able to hear
I
half
would like
of
to
it.
be a fly on the wall there.
Make sure you're on separate ends of the place.
Well, she's got her easy chair and I've got mine. So. And I think the little
Get the trash can lid just in case.
The little spot in between the chairs, I'm going to hit record. Record her
There
comment.
you go.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
There you go. It's been a lot of fun today, everyone.
It
Thank you
has.
very much
Been an
for
interesting show. Yeah.
helping us kick off the week together. We hope you will join us again on Wednesday.
T-shirts might be in today, by God.
Well, there you go. We
Either I'll
can
get-
only hope.
Either I'll probably live up to Crawdaddy's words and wind up in jail over it if they're not. So
I heard that.
what a mess.
Join us back on Wednesday, everyone. We always have a lot of fun with you, and we appreciate your comments so much every single day.
Love you each and every one. Couldn't
That's
do it
right.
without you.
As we end every show, we tell you to hug your children and let them know you love them.
Let them know we love them too right here on the Grandpa and Pappy Show, by God.
Absolutely. Take care of yourself. Be safe.
Take care of one another
We'll
too.
see you back on Wednesday. Until then, be safe and
Later.
God bless.
Take care.
Bye-bye.